Proudest moment of my life. One knee in the dust, king's sword on my shoulder, listening to the words, "In the name of the warrior, I charge you to be brave."
In the name of the warrior, I charge you to be brave. In the name of the Father, I charge you to be just. In the name of the Mother, I charge you to defend the innocent. Arise. A knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
I was squire to Sir Arlen of Pennytree. And he charged me to be a good knight, to defend the weak and the innocent. And I swore that I would.
And clearly, he is the only good knight out there. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I was sick over the weekend.
Yeah,
So,
that's not good. All that bad weather.
Yeah, I got cold down here. Picked up something. So I might be muting and going off cam to
Pack up along.
Yeah.
All good. What an episode, dude.
I was screaming at this episode. This was the best one so far.
Yes, and you know it's funny. They so the first two episodes I think on IMDb are at like 8.3, 8.4. And this was a 9.3. And the thing that I think is really funny is the other two episodes aren't bad. They're not, there's nothing about them that I would sit there and go, this is an 8 because of this or this.
Right.
But this is that much better than the other two that they have to be lower. Like there was just so much, especially because I've kind of been screaming for 2 weeks going, come on, can we get there? Give us the thing that makes us go, oh my God.
Yeah.
We finally got some.
The first two episodes were nothing but build-ups. And then finally this third one.
Yes.
Bam.
Yeah, we got, and of course, I think a lot of us have known who Egg is. But, and then, there's been a lot of people on Twitter that are like, oh, we can finally talk about it. It's like, what are you talking about?
Oh,
we've all known.
Everybody's known. They talked about it in Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. What's up, Wicked?
Hey, Wick. See you later.
That's exactly what I said. Hey, Wick. But this episode, this show in general has just been like such a breath of fresh air. Like to live in this world, we get a story in this world that's not, it's not full of evil, it's not full of just darkness. We definitely see elements of that. Arian's being a complete asshole, pardon my French.
Yeah.
But the like I said in the last episode, Dunk is Martin's William Marshall. He's supposed to be the greatest knight of an era. And excuse me.
Nice.
And I hope that didn't come through.
I mean,
that was pretty bad.
I hope you feel better. Dude.
Such a professional stream. What was I saying?
Wow.
Yeah, so Dunk is supposed to be this William Marshall character.
Yeah.
And we get to see the beginning of just he's truly a humble person. And they get we saw a little bit of a clip at the end, and they've had it in like the promotional material for a while now, so I don't feel too bad about this. But they we're gonna get this scene where he screams to everyone, are there no true knights among you? And I mean, first off, it kind of reminds me of yelling at y'all, are we even playing? But it's like, Dunk believes so much in this code of honor and this level of honor that knights should have, that when Egg says, he believes Aemon tried to kill what's his face? I can't remember his name now. That he's just shocked.
Yeah. Dunk, you just get the sense, well, right out of the gate, you get the sense he's just going to be a good, wholesome guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
He takes a giant shit.
Right. Well, everybody does it.
I'll tell you something. I remember reading that book when I was a kid.
Everybody poops.
Ira Parker has got some sort of obsession with morning ablutions. we get the nervous shits in the first episode.
Yeah.
Then we get that thing.
Yeah.
Which did you see? I think I said
the elephant wiener. Yeah.
Yeah. They were talking about what was it? The prosthetic, the UK-based prosthetics company confirmed that they made Sir Arlen's sword, specially forged for the second episode. It said, quote, very proud to forge Sir Arlen Pennytree's formidable weapon for the opening moments of this episode. We were asked to create a 10-inch prosthetic penis for the fantastic Danny Webb.
I mean,
and what's so funny? The tweet's got a picture of Danny Webb sitting there with them. Obviously, the picture's a little high up, but you just see these two women sitting there painting everything in and doing everything. It's just like, oh my God.
He literally has the same look on his face that he did in the episode when he turned around. It's the exact same expression.
Real quick, Breezy for 199 says, this episode was great. Yes, it was. And
100% agree.
One of the things that's really bugging me is we're seeing a bunch of people who clearly think all Game of Thrones is Battle of the Bastards. Or
dude, again, you all right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, a little bit of
you need antacids, some Rolaids or something?
No, it's just there's a lot of CO2 in these.
Yeah.
I don't think you heard that one.
No, but the facial expressions that continue to go on.
I
mean, everybody knows what's happening.
You
might as well just let it go. Just let it out.
What was I saying?
I forgot.
Oh yeah. So we keep getting, or I keep seeing these people on Twitter that, like I said, they think Game of Thrones is just Battle of the Bastards, or they think it's this just porn. And it's like, no, that's not what George R. R. Martin uses. There's a joke among the people that have read the books that there's two things that George describes perfectly: the sex scenes and the food scenes. And which is why I thought that when he was cooking the salted beef or whatever and the eggs, man, those look good. That looked like a good sandwich.
Good. Yeah, I was jealous.
That's
on my notes.
Yeah.
They were sitting there cooking on the campfire.
The music's going, and the whole
Yeah.
thing was just
It's the meat sizzling there, and then they crack open those eggs and
Yeah,
make
big
these like
eggs.
sandwiches.
Yeah, a lot of bread in those sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what though? We talked a little bit about this. It is missing. It's missing something.
It is.
There's a piece of the Game of Thrones lore that is just not with these episodes, and I think it's the music.
Yep. Now, do you think it's missing the da na 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 na?
Yeah.
Or do you think
I want
do
that?
You think it's? I do too. I do as well. Do you think it's missing that? Because there were a lot of people that when House of the Dragon came out said that it should have had its own song. That whether it was the Targaryen theme or just something that didn't say it was Game of Thrones.
No, I like that iconic theme. The interest. I think what they use to make it unique for the series is the opening. Right, in Game of Thrones, you had the map of Westeros and the areas that are going to be
in the episode.
House of the Dragon, you have the lineage. You see the
that was really
which is so cool.
That took me like 3 episodes, I think, to catch that. That's what it was.
Yeah, and then we don't. What do we really have here? We don't have.
I'll tell you what,
other than a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, like what's going on? He doesn't even have his own theme. Like
I would
something
really love. And I don't know if maybe this is something that Ira Parker will change in the future. Maybe season 2 will get either that theme song or a theme song. But I'd love to see something that kind of mirrored Game of Thrones, where they kind of showed. They don't necessarily need to tell us what is going to happen in the episode. But it would be kind of cool to see like maybe a 3D like paper mache type thing as your camera pans. So let's take the Aaron does the joust in this.
Yeah.
So like a 5-second scene in the opening where you see this camera panning past this horse doing a joust. Like something like that where we got to see tiny little things of what's going to happen.
Right.
I think that would be a cool thing for this show.
I mean, you've got options there. You've got Dunk being a squire. I mean, you can tell the story, the history in the opening theme, but I think, and let me say this too. I think the music is good, but
it's
no
missing
theme.
A connection to the other.
Right.
Because as far as I know, that I don't even think we've heard of the Targaryen theme in this.
I haven't. No.
Okay. Yeah. Now we know that we're not going to hear the Stark theme, which we're all going to be very sad about. But I do think that we need some music to connect us to the other stuff.
Right.
And it is the one failure of the show so far.
So if I had to complain about something, it would be that. I have to say this casting on this series is phenomenal.
The Dex, what's his name that plays Egg? Yeah, is probably my new favorite actor. This kid is knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, but I just think him and Dunk have this chemistry.
Peter Claflin, yeah.
I mean, they're just.
I mean, they knocked this out of the park. It was perfect casting.
The actors are definitely feeding off of each other, and it shows. I mean, it really is presented well in each episode. From day one, from the start to where we are now. I mean, it's been great.
One thing I'd love to find out is like how many times have they had to reshoot any of this stuff? Like, have they gone through and Stanley Kubrick did where they have 189 shots? Or are they going in and nailing it in the first couple shots? Like,
it's good.
That would just show the chemistry that they've got. Just really, checks the box. Really.
Now, is this kid's a blonde?
Yeah.
And does he lets go of his hair? Like he shaves his head?
Yeah. So that was one of the first. What do you call it?
It's not a bald things.
Cap, right? No. They actually shaved his head. That was one of the first press things they did for the show was they showed Dex like getting shaped and everything. Yeah.
Man, he's committed, man.
Mm-hmm.
At a young age.
But so let's dive into the episode.
Let's go.
So in the previous episode, we got to see really like the first time Egg got scared. Because he was seeing, you've got all these squires who are probably 3 or 4 feet taller than me. They're at least 100 pounds bigger than me.
Yeah.
And they're struggling to do the things I'm going to have to do. And the very first scene we get is him lying there. I loved what they do. They pan over on him. And you're kind of sitting there going, is he, was he scared? What's going on? And he just goes, like he's just bored. And I'm like, what are we doing, Egg? But
it's like making the horse sound, right? The horse. Yeah.
And so he goes and grabs Thunder. And because the book is all Dunk's perspective. So you can tell the show's playing right there. So we don't know anything that Egg did without Dunk. And this is a beautiful example of adding something and just nailing it. Because you show Egg scared, and then you go, what's Egg gonna do? And this is really like the first time that we kind of get to see Egg's character. Like we know he's kind of a playful guy.
Yeah.
But
he's very witty, and he's snarky, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But we don't know his like character in the sense of like what his honor level is,
right?
Something like that. And here we get to see he is committed to being a squire. He wants a Dunk to succeed, and if he fails, he doesn't want it to be because of him.
Yeah,
he wants to do a good job, so he's going to go practice. Like I love that.
Yeah. He right in the beginning of the episode, he's working with the horse. He's trying to he wants to be the best squire he can be. Right?
And what's funny is I don't think until like the second time he's trying to like shoe the horse by doing the kind of running at thing. I don't think I caught it until that. I think he was just doing his job, like cleaning Thunder or something.
Yeah.
And then it kind of clicked. I was like, oh, this is so cool.
The one thing we do know about him, and Breezy's hitting on it in the chat, is that he is distancing himself from the Targaryen family.
Mm-hmm.
Right? For whatever reason. Is he, royal BS, is there something else happened? Something else go on? Is there something with Aemon? His brother. He is one of the missing Targaryens, right?
Yes. So he and Darren. So Darren's the oldest. Drunk. Yeah, Darren is Maekar's oldest son.
Yeah.
And Maekar is second in line for the throne after Baelor's son. So Baelor's son is the one that we saw. He's one of the champions. So in that first joust of the day, let me grab my book. In that first joust of the day, the 5 tents that were set up, those are the 5 champions of the joust.
Yeah. And
the Targaryen that was sitting there is Baelor's son, and he is the prince of Dragonstone.
Yeah, Aryan Brightflame. Right? We're terrible streamers. We don't have anything ready. Dead air.
Yes. No. Yes. Because the other one's Aemon. Yes. I hate these freaking names.
Dude, it's terrible. It's like, all right, I got to follow the... Wait. That can't be Baelor's son. No. Baelor and Jenna Dondarrion?
Yeah.
had Valar.
Valar. Okay. I need to show everybody this.
Aryan Brightflame is Makar's oldest.
Yes, this is what we're looking at. Now it's flipped.
Yeah.
Let me actually unflip this.
You need to max your screen so people can see. Yeah, Breezy's got it. It's Valar.
Yeah, but I want to show this so that
there's lines all over
we can explain why we look so dumb. So you've got Baelor Targaryen right here. Baelor Breakspear. He is the Prince of Dragonstone. He is Darren's firstborn.
Whoops.
He is Darren's firstborn. He's going to be king. He's the hand of the king right now. And all the way down here, they show his kid. Not through this fucking line, but through here. Pardon my French.
He's so frustrated.
Well, where's the damn thing? There we go. It's just annoying because it's like we look like idiots. Yes, Valar. So Valar is.
We got to get it together, man. We got to have this stuff right.
Well, one day. It was easier when there was just 3 Targaryens, and all you had to know was Dany, Jon, and there might be another one lying around there somewhere.
Right.
So Egg is sick of the BS that goes on at King's Landing or Dragonstone. I would imagine he probably spends time at both. But he decides that to leave, and he sees an opportunity to get away from Darren. I don't think he likes any of his brothers. He might like Aemon. I don't know. We don't really know anything about Aemon and his relationship.
Has Aemon been talked about at all? I can't remember.
Yes,
did they say he went to he's gone to the Citadel to be?
I don't even remember who it was that said it, but basically implying that they don't have any trust that Aemon would be a good king no matter what, which I think is probably bullshit. I think Aemon would have been a fine king, but we get to see him training with Thunder, and this is where we get to see the morning ablution of this episode, the Thunder taking a shit. Just boop, 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 boop. Why do we need it? We don't need that.
Everybody poops.
Cable Gentleman, 2006.
Yep.
Just like Wicked said.
Everybody.
Legit. 2006. 2026. So we see a little progress of Egg actually doing the training. He's having a terrible time of getting Thunder to actually leave, and then finally Thunder starts listening to him and taking off.
Yeah.
And the whole thing. This is the one instance of the show where how Ira wrote it and shot it, they messed up the order of events. Because, like I've said in the last 2 episodes, there have been times where they've taken this thing and they put it over here, and it didn't matter because it doesn't really change the order. We are now at the point in the story where you can't change the order anymore. It's a set series of events.
Okay.
And one of the things that happened in the book that doesn't happen in this because of how they shot it is we meet that night. So they had to introduce this guy because he's important later in the story. But he's important in the story because Egg knows him. Egg knows him because he's a prince.
He looks like he looks like Beric Dondarrion.
He does a little. He's
because the pack.
He is a wild person. I believe actually, I know what his name is. I need to confirm how to say the last name, though. A buddy of mine texted me how to say it.
And he really
Robin Riesling.
He comes in and he's like, "You steal that horse?"
Mm-hmm.
But you saying Egg knows?
Yeah, so Egg knows him because Egg's a prince. Clearly in the show, I think Egg knows him just by like the story of him. But they had to introduce this guy because of something that's going to happen. My guess is in episode 5.
But the knight doesn't know who he is.
Yeah, the knight doesn't know who Egg is. It
Egg
would
is
appear
kind of in disguise. He shaved his
Yeah.
head and all that stuff. Okay.
But yeah, I think I regret that we didn't get to see the joust where this guy jousts, because he jousts, I think, the morning between the first joust that we saw yesterday or last week, and then the joust where Arian challenges Valar, which again is unfortunate because it's supposed to be, it's quite well described in the story that it's a pretty cool joust.
Yeah, I must have missed this because Egg calls him by his name.
He calls him.
We get a quick snip of a joust.
Yeah, where he loses. Yeah, and we get to see the eye just hanging there.
Yeah. And then it clicks in Egg, I guess. Like,
he calls him Sir Robin Riesling or Riesling. Let me see.
With the eyes just flying.
Riesling. Yeah. And what's funny, so the very next thing we see is Dunk. Dunk's pretty pissed off that Egg just left. Like, and I wonder, and the show doesn't make it clear, the book doesn't make it clear. Is he pissed off because he thinks Egg has just left with everything?
Yeah.
Or is he pissed off that he's having to do stuff that Egg should be doing?
That's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I picked up. He's kind of annoyed because he's like sewing or something, right?
Yeah. I think he's like fixing his britches or something like that.
Yeah, and that's what a squire would be doing.
Yeah, and what's so funny is he wants to be angry at Egg. He wants to, like, maybe not hit him or anything, but he wants to be angry. And then 5 minutes later, he's such a good guy that he can't be angry anymore.
Yeah.
He's just like, fine, let me teach you how to do this. And then he's just like, yeah, that's a good job. Good job.
Yeah. Yeah. So they have more of this bonding type stuff that's going on. And they're so good. These two, again, I don't want to repeat, but the chemistry between these two it's incredible.
One of the things that I think helps is because Peter Clafley is so much taller. Egg is always looking up to him, and I think that kind of helps the whole squire knight mentality. You always see Egg looking up at you. You're always able to kind of, there's that subconscious that you get from all these characters that, oh, this is the squire.
Yeah,
like, obviously he is, but you're always, because at least for me, because I'm always seeing Egg looking up at him. It's like, oh, there's that relationship.
But I think it goes a little deeper because there's a funny line here after all of that. Egg, I don't think he's missing a father.
Mm-hmm.
Like Maekar is like we already know he's kind of a putz. So he's missing a father. He's got nobody to talk to, and he's going through adolescence because he asked him, is it weird that I got hair growing out my stones?
dude, I forgot about that. Honestly, I forgot. And then Doug goes, it's weird that you're telling me. Dude, I almost fell out of my chair laughing at that.
But in that scene, he says that, and then the look on Egg's face is like, I'm humiliated, I'm embarrassed. He's just like, oh, maybe, is there like, maybe I can't count on you for this kind of stuff? Was I don't have a dad, whatever. But my heart kind of broke for Egg right there because he's trying to ask a question about growing up. He didn't know what's happening. And don't just like,
I want to play that. I'm trying to get you, but it's so funny. They're just sitting there grooming the horse. I am going to share it. I hope this doesn't get in trouble.
Sir?
Mm-hmm.
Is it odd that I have black hair growing out of my stones?
Kid.
It's odd that you're telling me.
Oh, and then look at his face. It goes back to Egg, and he's like, the poor guy. He's just so embarrassed now. He's hardly even brushing the horse anymore.
It's so funny. And then one of the coolest things about this episode and this world in general is it is so easy to insert things to teach you, the viewer, of history.
Yeah.
We did it literally 2 seconds later. We've got Egg in a tree singing a song about the Battle of Redgrass.
And he's like carving
he's just wheeling. So the Battle of Redgrass was the end of the first Blackfire Rebellion. So when Aegon IV, someone we might see in a couple of months, when Aegon IV was king, he was Aegon the Unlucky, I think. He goes and just fornicates with every single relative he could find. And so he ends up with like, I think 3 legitimate sons, a couple of daughters, and then like 5 illegitimate sons and 3 illegitimate daughters. And one of them was Daemon. And he gives Daemon Blackfire, which is the king of the sword of the kings. Every single king from Aegon I wielded Blackfire. And so the small folk and a lot of the nobles saw this as Aegon saying, I want Daemon to be my heir. And then, but his heir was Darion II, who is the current king in this show. And he's Baelor's father. And so when Aegon died, he legitimized all of his bastards, which made Daemon Blackfire, who he took the name, he was Daemon Rivers, or Waters. Then he took the name Blackfire. And he decided, you know what? I'm legitimate. I have Blackfire. Let's go take the Iron Throne. And so he basically challenges Darren to war. And it ends in the Battle of Redgrass, where Brendan Rivers, who we have already seen twice. We've seen him in Game of Thrones, and we've seen him in the visions that Daemon has in season 2 of House of the Dragon. Brendan Rivers shows up with a bunch of archers and kills Daemon Blackfire and Daemon's 2 sons to end the first Blackfire Rebellion. So we're in between 1 and 2 right now. And I think 2 is going to happen in like 5 years from where the show is right now. But that's what this song is. This song is called The Hammer and the Anvil. And it's about Baelor and Maekar, his father and uncle, smashing Daemon Blackfire.
Yeah, that when he started singing that, he was like the first part is Baelor was the firstborn, and then last came Maekar. I'm like, oh, he's singing about the 2 Targaryens that we met in the previous episode.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to pay close attention, but then I'm like, I can't follow this. I don't know what he's talking about.
It's Prince Baelor was the firstborn. Prince Maekar sprang out last. Daemon was the bastard, so they kicked his bastard. Grass is green in summer. Green grass I adore. But grass is red all over when you kill a rebel. Horses die in battle. This battle was the front. Blackfire is not a treeborn. He came from the wrong. Country was in peril. The hammer smashed the bastard with his giant veiny host of Dornish spearmen. Yeah. So Baelor's mother was Dornish, which is why there were a bunch of spearmen. Obviously, Dornish. It was supposed to sell. Yeah, the Dornish.
I thought she was a Martell.
That's Dorne.
Is that from Dorne?
Yeah,
Sunspear.
Sunspear right there.
Oh yeah. Martell, not. Yeah. I got them confused with the High Towers. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, that's Hightower right here. No, it's not. Yeah. That's Tyrell. I don't have Hightower. Which is too bad because
That's what I'm sorry, not my
Yeah.
gosh. I'm all over
So
the place.
Marjorie,
I got them Marjorie.
Yep.
I got
Yep,
them.
Yep. Big boobs. Yep. You're muted, I think. I think you blew out your mic.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there you are.
I hit a button. How much am I screaming? Did you hear?
I heard Marjorie, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
I got Marjorie is a Martell.
No, Marjorie is a
Marjorie
Tyrell.
is. Oh,
Who's the really annoying
dude,
actor?
I
That's
cannot
in everything
keep up.
now?
Oh, with all this stuff. Okay. The Martells are where Pedro Pascal play Oberyn Martell.
Pedro Pascal was a Martell.
Oberyn, yeah.
Yep.
Prince Oberyn. Okay. Marjorie was a Tyrell.
Yep.
At High Garden.
Yes.
So
yes.
not High Tower. High Garden.
High Tower is Allison. Allison Hightower.
Everybody tracking this?
Dude.
Everybody following along?
It's I mean, it's insane. I don't understand the people that only ever listened to the books. Like, if you only ever listen to them, it's insane. But if you've like watched the show and listened to them, you can still track who's who.
Yeah.
But there's no way you could listen to these not knowing what the names are and track the names.
Oh, I'm lost at sea. Forget it.
So then we find out that Dunk's sitting here ready to go to battle, and he can't even go to battle yet.
Yeah, he can't get in. And he even said he was. Now, why didn't they show this? He said he was throwing up all morning. I mean, there was a perfect opportunity.
He's sitting behind. They want. And okay, that's great. That's a great point. They haven't been shy of showing gross stuff, which means they want us to have learned about the Battle of Redgrass. They want us to know about that because again, I swear that George is using stuff in the shows so that he can kind of get away with skirting around some stuff in his writings.
I'm just saying, you had Doo-Doo, you had Wiener. Why not just throw in some yak and, run the gauntlet here? It's perfect opportunity. They messed up.
You had Wiener and Piss.
They messed up. They messed up right there.
Yep. But
right, so he can't get in because he's not a highborn. He's from what? Where's he from? Flea Bottom?
Flea Bottom. Yeah, it's the slums of King's Landing.
Yeah. So the first challenge goes to the highborn and the well-knowns or whatever.
Yeah, well-known knights. Yeah.
Which he is not. He had to
not at
work
all.
very hard to prove his.
Now, what's funny? Okay. So the Battle of Redgrass is actually really important because the Battle of Redgrass is why Sir Arlen of Pennytree didn't have a squire. Because Sir Arlen of Pennytree's squire, Roger of Pennytree, died in that battle.
Interesting.
And so because of that battle, he needed a new squire and he got Dunk. So, a little bit of information there.
I wonder if they're going to show us this. I mean, do you foresee that?
No.
Okay.
I think we'll see. So the Blackfire Rebellions would make a terrific TV show.
Yeah.
So I foresee seeing the Battle of Redgrass eventually, but I don't think it'll be in this episode. We get some sort of flashback that Baelor talks to, because Baelor clearly knows who Arlen and Pennytree was, and Pennytree was on. Let me see if I can find out. Yeah, Pennytree was on the Iron Throne side of the battle. So we know that Baelor is going to talk to Dunk in the next episode. There's going to be a conversation, obviously. Even if you didn't watch the trailer afterwards, there has to be a conversation.
Yeah.
So this might be a moment where we get to see a connection there, because there's going to be something else that happens that recognizing that connection might work for.
Yeah.
But that I wanted to make that point. So then we get to the market, and Dunk is trying to buy goose eggs.
Yeah, and I thought this was kind of weird too. The guy was getting ready to behead the goose,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, "No,
No. I need, and he makes the motion of like taking a shit as Hansel is walking by.
Right. Like, I mean, how come the guy couldn't understand him?
I don't know. That doesn't really make sense to me because they don't have, at least from what I know, they don't have different languages in Westeros. I
Common tongue, right?
The hill tribes might speak a different language, but the normal people don't speak. There's you're not speaking Dornish or the Reachish or Northern. You're just speaking the common tongue. I did think that was weird. And I think part of the reason is to kind of find a way to make Dunk look a little silly, which he definitely need help for.
Oh yeah, or he's trying to show.
He's mortified. Oh, you know what? Breezy's right. He could be from the Free Cities over in Essos.
Yeah. What did they speak?
They can speak a whole bunch of different things over there. They have different languages. There's Dothraki. Tyrosh has its own language, I think. Bravosi. Some of them speak Valerian. Was it Valentia? No, I think it's Astapor where they get the Unsullied. Or it's I don't remember where it is.
Either way, they didn't make it obvious. Like you couldn't, I had no idea. It just didn't. Maybe he couldn't hear.
Well, yeah. I mean, it could be a whole number of things. But the thing that's awesome, and real quick, I do want to say hello to Hokies. How you doing, man? Make sure that you're not in Lee's chat later tonight.
Yeah. Don't worry. He won't let you down.
But what we get immediately following that is just the best food I've seen in a TV show in a long time. I mean, I want to make this sandwich.
Yeah, that definitely makes you hungry.
Oh, yeah, it's also not a difficult. I mean, you want to talk about a medieval meal. And what's so funny, so I'm going to pull it up real quick. We've got Egg with his and Dunk with his, and Eggs is just they must have sat there and said, okay, we're going to make Eggs a little bit bigger so that it just looks that much bigger in his hands, and we'll make Dunk's a little bit smaller.
Now, I've never made a goose egg before, but are the yolks that giant in a goose egg?
I don't know. I was kind of assuming you probably would know that.
I never cooked a goose egg. I know ostrich eggs have big giant yolks, but
let's see.
Man, that food looked good. I definitely would have enjoyed that meal.
They're bigger than a chicken's, but they're not as big as that thing was. I mean, that yolk was fucking giant.
Yeah. All right, so then let's keep it. We got a lot to cover, and we're
40, sorry, we talked a lot. So we get to kind of the meat of this episode is really kind of getting through, getting to a point in the relationship where we can be hurt with Dunk at the end. So they've only been, let's call it friends, for 2 days. So, something happens at the end that's supposed to make Dunk feel really bad, but there hasn't been enough for us to feel bad about. So they spent a lot of this episode together. They spent a lot of this episode doing stuff and conversing. And one of the things we get to see is them watching the jousts.
Yeah.
And again, we get to see Dunk really kind of kind of get worried and concerned about just how serious his plan is, how on the edge of a knife it lays.
Yeah, I actually really like this scene. There's a playful side to them
Where they're talking about, where he's talking about the ale. He's like, it's disgusting.
yeah.
It's not disgusting. It's disgusting.
Yeah. This
It's
I
delicious.
really like that. I mean, they're just building this relationship big time, and it's really working.
And then we get. It's kind of funny because because we don't have jousts here. We don't know. We don't really know what the order of events would have been.
Right. Well,
but it kind of seems like it's just come in whenever you want to watch somebody jousting.
Yeah, perhaps. I would equate this to taking your kid to a ball game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I definitely would. And,
you're having that moment, and watching the game, cheering together, and getting some food. You want anything from the concession,
And then you have that moment of quiet, like ponderance with your dad, where you're just kind of sitting there talking about, and it could be just a little thing, like Egg sitting here saying, this is the kind of place that I'd like to end up. And this isn't some grand, like we said at the beginning of the first stream, Ashford is a very minor house. The only reason the Targaryens are here is because they've just gone through the Blackfire Rebellion, and they're trying to increase their how they're seen among the other houses, some of the more minor houses, so that if it happens again, which we know it will, they can call on more friends, so that more people owe them favors.
Yeah. They're sitting up on the embankment, whatever you call that, and then they start daydreaming.
Yeah. Which again, it's just this nice little moment where they increase the level of friendship that we see between Dunk and Egg.
Yeah.
And then they go from this to, I don't remember this in the book. And Jose Taco's asking if we've read it. I have Lee
not.
has not.
I have not. Did you get read it?
Did I? I don't think so.
No one said anything in the chat. Okay. Keep going.
Okay. So we get this moment where the master of the games has come to Dunk and basically said, look, my Lord Ashford has spent way too much money on this. And he is about to, he's going to be basically insolvent in a couple weeks. If we fix it for you, can you help us, not have to pay out as much money?
Yeah.
Which, is exactly what Breezy is saying here. Yeah, he's asking him to throw the tourney. And that's just not what Dunk wants to do. Dunk is a man of honor.
Yeah, you could see the disappointment on his face. Like, I can't even believe I'm being approached with this proposition right here.
And it's because and now I'm sitting here thinking I misunderstood what he's being asked. He's being asked to lose to no, that's what I thought. Yeah, Sean. Yeah. He's asking him to win the tourney so that they don't have to pay as much out to him as they would to any of the other knights.
Right.
That's how I heard it. But now I'm thinking that doesn't really make sense. Wouldn't they really ask him to not win, to fight the Yes, thank you. Yes, that's what it was. I forgot that they talk about how that it's going to be based on bets, that they're going to basically say, we're going to bet on Dunk at 100 to 1 odds, or 1 to 100 odds. And then we'll get 100-fold because you'll win. And he doesn't like the idea of winning just because someone took a dive. He wants to win because he was the best. And
I'm going to need to go back and
Mm-hmm.
watch that again because I was a little confused at that, but
Yeah, so
I feel like
that's what it is.
He's an unknown, right? So he's not going to have very good odds,
Exactly. So
right?
that's what
so
it
nobody's
is
going to be
because
betting on him, so they won't have to pay.
Yeah, so
a
now
lot out.
what's going to happen is everyone's going to be betting on the champion,
on the well-knowns,
and the Lord Ashford is going to put money on Dunk,
right?
and
so he'll
then
get paid,
the people running the book are going to have to pay Ashford a buttload of money,
right?
so it's going to balance out what he spent on. It's kind of like the idiots that run a bunch of credit card debt and then decide, oh, if I go spend $100 in Vegas, maybe I'll be able to pay it off. That's what they're trying to do here.
Yeah.
But which is why he's not just sitting there saying, hey, we want to bet on you in the middle of the square. He's taken him out back, basically, and said, hey, we'll take a dive.
Yeah, they're going to bet on him to win, but they're also going to throw the joust, meaning the guy's going to lose on purpose. And Dunk doesn't. His honor is now in question. He doesn't want to do that. I want to win. I want to earn it. Yeah. So... yeah, very interesting. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again. Make sure I understand that completely. So now we go to the Targaryen tent.
Yeah, so this is Aerion Brightflame getting ready to. He comes to bow to his lord uncle. And what's really funny is I'm gonna have to play this for a second. Hang on. Okay, we might be able to see it here. Let me wait for the thing. Okay, can you tell that his eyes are two different colors? You're muted.
Sorry, I'm trying not to cough.
Oh, that's so good. So they gave him. I don't know if the actor might have. I think the actor has whatever that thing is that two different colors. But then they gave Valar, who's right here, they gave him color contacts so that he as well would have it. Because the Targaryens, some of them, I think there's 2 or 3 have the 2 different eye colors, but then most of them have purple eyes. Yeah. Which would be really neat to have. But they wanted to. Ira Parker talked about giving him I think it's a green contact lens they gave him because they wanted that such a subtle connection, but they wanted the people to really understand that they were father and son, and not him and Maekar, or that Maekar is not Baelor's son. This is one of the ways that they spent time to make sure that you kind of knew whose father was who.
Yeah, I didn't pick up on that. The eye color thing, but that's interesting.
So here we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 champions. These are the 5 champions of the daughter of Lord Ashford. They are Valar Targaryen. Forget the next guy. Lionel Baratheon, and Raymond Fossaway, right? Isn't he the older guy that has the cousin that keeps drinking with Dunk?
No, I
got it.
I can't answer that.
I got it. I got it.
Fossaway, isn't that the knight that he encountered in the first episode?
All right, so Raymond is the unknighted guy. Raymond is the squire of the Fossaway.
Yeah.
So down there at the end is the Fossaway. No, it's not. Because Fossaways are apples. Where's the Fossaway? Huh. They're not showing him. Interesting. Maybe he's on this side of the Targaryen.
Yeah.
But you've got the champions light up here. And if anyone's ever seen the 1960 Ivanhoe movie, the way you would challenge is you would ride up and you would hit the shield of the person you were challenging, which they don't do in this, which is unfortunate because I was really looking forward to it. But Arian comes up and he comes up to Valar, and Valar's like, "Oh shit, are we doing this? Are we doing this?" And of course they don't. Of course, Arian goes, "I'm not going to embarrass you. Don't worry. I'll let you keep your crown." And he goes and challenges the guy with the red diamond. And that's where I think that's the first time that we see Egg be kind of a dick.
Yeah, so he challenged him, and then the joust is. I don't know how to joust, but they're going, they're going towards each other, and then Dunk says he's too low or something like that. And so he didn't hit the knight; he pierced the horse.
Yeah, so they miss each other on the first gallop, let's call it.
Yeah,
and then they turn back around, they go at each other again. And Arian goes, "You know what? Screw this shit." And just impales the horse with his lance. And again, the long standard tradition of Game of Thrones is how can we kill horses in the worst way possible? We had to see the mountain behead his horse in the first season. I think the third episode of Game of Thrones. So here he impales that horse with his lance, and then exactly, Breezy. He does it on purpose. So
clearly intentional. He just took that guy out.
Arian's an ass. He's an asshole. Unless his father is there, unless Maekar is there, then he does everything he can to please. Well, maybe not please him, but he does what he can to make Maekar think that he's not a psychopath.
And what's behind it? Why did he pick this guy and then take out his horse?
I don't think there's a
specific
reason. I think he's angry. We're at that era of Targaryens that I think every single one of them is just angry that the dragons are gone, and they just kind of want to, they're the people that sat there and burned ants with magnifying glasses, and then grew up and were like, "Hey, I can't really do this anymore, but I also have royal blood, so I can kill anyone I want to."
He really showed himself to be a complete jerk, a total jerk off.
So, Jose, what I'll tell you is even Ryan won't be able to answer that because I literally just finished that portion of the story, and there is no rhyme or reason given. He's just an evil person that wants to hurt people. And Egg,
can that guy still compete? Can he still joust? He's got to get another horse, right? Or is he done?
Out. He's out. So what happens is, and we see, I forget who says it later. Oh, the young Fossaway says it. That Baelor gave the guy that he jousted against from House Harding. That's the house that was the champion.
Yeah.
Let me get the actual name. Humphrey Harding was the knight that he challenged, and Baelor gave Humphrey Arian's horse as a sorry. Yeah, but he's out. Oh. So what Baelor or what Ashford ends up doing, and I think they've cut that out of the show, is they go with 4 champions instead of 5. So I think they let Harding retire and not lose anything, and then they just say we'll just have 4 champions now, which Dunk's upset about in the story because that's one less champion that there is for him to challenge. now he has, because I think Harding was the worst of the 5 champions.
Yeah.
And now he's sitting there going, am I going to have to fight Baratheon? Surely I don't have to fight Valar. So this whole thing, really puts a wrench in his plans.
Breezy said he broke his leg. Oh no, Sean said he broke his leg. Did I?
Yeah. The horse.
I must have missed that. I know that the knight was laying on his back and he had like some blood on his face. I didn't catch that he broke his leg. I might have missed that.
Yeah, so the horse lands on his leg.
Okay. Well, yeah, that'll
just
do
like he's laying there. He's got the horse in between his legs because everything's on the side, and there's a horse just like breaking the crap out of his leg.
Yeah.
But then we get to see the Kingsguard show up to protect their lord.
The Kingsguard shows up because somebody throws a rock or something at the Targaryen.
Mm-hmm.
But then the other cool thing is there's this guy with all this chaos from the mob.
Dude, I know what you're going to say. Hey, let me get to it. Because it's really it's kind of fucked up, honestly.
I don't know. I mean,
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, what is this guy for? And then I went, oh, shit.
I'm thinking I know what he's getting ready to do.
So,
I mean, with all this chaos, he's just calmly walking with this big, like, axe.
So real quick, one thing that we missed, that we didn't talk about, was just before this, Egg is screaming, kill him! Because he wants Harding to kill Aerion.
Yeah.
He wants Harding to win this fight. And so the whole time we've got the Kingsguard here getting ready to kill him when they get too close to Aerion. And then right here, coming in from left screen, is just this random, like, who's the Scottish comedian with the big hair, big white hair? Connolly?
I don't know.
Oh, this guy reminds me of him. So he's just sitting there walking. Obviously, I'm pausing every couple seconds to try to, prevent HBO. And he's coming to get the horse.
Yeah,
he does. He just stabs him with that halberd.
He just he's oblivious to all the chaos that's around, and it's almost like I finally get to do this to a horse.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
And what's again, we've got 3 Kingsguard right here.
Yeah.
I'm loving the pointed helmets. The whole thing, you could not miss these guys in a crowd.
Yeah.
If they walked in, you immediately go, oh shit, here we go. Here's the Kingsguard.
Yeah.
And finally, look, I really like the Kingsguard in House of the Dragon. I think they look really good. And I really liked them in the first season of Game of Thrones. But other than that, they're very lackluster.
Yeah.
I love this because they finally have white armor. But yes, he is cocking that arm back to remove the head, or at least finish it.
He's on. I can't get a read on him. He's either loves this part of his job or he absolutely hates it because he's so focused into what he has to do. But he could also be in misery too.
You know what? That's a good point.
It's just,
the budget goes up where they don't have to spend $12 million creating a dragon.
I missed what I was talking about the guy, Lance.
Yeah.
You're talking about a comment. The props budget goes up when there's no dragon. I was like, I didn't say anything about dragons. What are you talking about?
No, I pulled up the comment. So, and then we get kind of we've kind of talked about how Dunk and Egg are growing as kind of brothers almost. And, Dunk's or Egg's just like, I don't want to be here anymore. And we get to see this scene where they're walking away and Dunk's just like, look, this kind of shit could happen to me too.
Yeah.
I could get hurt.
He looks scared now. He looks really frightened that something bad may happen to Dunk.
Mm-hmm. And then we go from this really kind of solemn scene to Baratheon and Dondarrion singing about a crippled girl who used to shove her hands up men's asses for pleasure.
Dude, what's wrong?
Welcome to Westeros,
Martin. Like, why?
No, that's not in the book.
So are you sure?
Yeah. The question is, what's wrong with Ira Parker? They're just saying now that song might be from a different area of the book, but it's not. I'm re-listening to it, and I've got an hour left. Dunk has just been arrested, and there has been no song about Alice, the ass shover. Yep.
At least we don't have a visual this time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is. But what's so funny? They're just sitting there having this like serious conversation about Alice.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think Alice is real? Well, I think there's probably I think that yes, I do think she's real, but I don't think Alice was her name.
Yeah, but that's what kids do.
Yeah.
Kids will sit there and ask a question like that, and it'll come out so innocent like. And of course,
again, should I be worried that I have hair on my stones?
Right. It's an awkward and uncomfortable topic. And so how does Dunk handle it? He's like, that stuff doesn't exist. I think Alice is just a nice name that we can write songs to. He's just trying to like downplay it. Like, let's move on. Let's talk about something else. But yeah, that's what makes this so good.
Her name is Hope, sir. Her name is Hope. And again, I don't know if it's the Britishness, I don't know if it's the adolescence, the youngness, or whatever, but just the way he speaks to him. Yeah. A is so proper. And I saw something earlier that said if anyone didn't already know that Egg was Aegon, then they should have known in the very first episode, because Egg says my lord instead of milord.
Milord, yeah.
Which is the lesson that Tywin taught Arya.
Right. When she was his cupbearer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in Harrenhal.
Yeah. Now we come up to a part in the episode which I thought was so cool. They run into this hooded figure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dunk and Egg run into the hooded figure. She's a fortune teller. And he blows it off. He's just like, whatever, go ahead. Yep. And she tells him, you're going to be a great success or a great knight or whatever.
You shall know great success and be richer than a Lannister. And he goes, now do the boy.
Yeah.
You shall be king.
Yeah,
die in a hot fire, and worms shall feed upon your ashes, and all who know you shall rejoice in your passing.
So
like,
I don't know.
Holy crap.
And I haven't read the books. I don't know how Egg dies. Does he die?
No one knows. Well, people
old age or
people
what?
have a good idea and kind of know, but no one really knows why. Because George hasn't written why.
He hasn't written the why.
Yes.
Egg was,
but we know what happened. Actually, you know what? Sean is right. We do actually know exactly what happened, or we know what the Maesters write down. So Dunk and Egg, should I tell you?
No, go ahead. I mean, if it's in Game of Thrones,
Dunk and Egg die in a fire at Summerhall. We do not know why. It is believed that Egg tried to find some way to bring the dragons back. Tried to use blood and fire magic to bring the dragons back.
Okay. All right.
And yeah, it's the night that Rhaegar was born. There is a lot of mysticism and magic because
was this when Aemon was talking about him, or was this when Joffrey was going through the book?
This is when Joffrey's going through the book.
This page is Sir Duncan the Tall. There's so much to read about here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of the Targaryens that we've already seen, someone's probably going to put in the chat, one of the Targaryens we've already seen dies by drinking wildfire. because they think that will turn them into dragons. So there's a bunch of attempts in this, let's say about 5 years ago through the next 30 years, maybe 40 years, to bring the dragons back. So there's some mysticism coming up. And, George spent the first 2 books making it realistic. And then the 3rd book, he throws in a whole assload of magic. And which is one of the reasons why I think he's having trouble writing, because he never really set up his magic system. And now he's just kind of pulling it out of his butt. But that is why Egg is so scared when she says it, because he could be king.
Yeah.
And obviously Dunk doesn't know that.
Right. But he didn't want anything to do with his own family, the Targaryen family.
Yeah.
So
well,
now the
so
lady's like, you're going to be king.
Yeah. He doesn't want to have anything to do with, I think, his brothers. I don't think he likes his brothers. I think if he just went and hung out with Valar all day, I think he'd be happy. I think if he was hanging out with Baelor, even if he was just hanging out with Maekar, I think he'd probably be okay. But he hates his brothers. None of them are really good. Aemon is good, but Aemon is not. He's obviously a Targaryen, but he's the only, normal one.
Right.
Darren is a drunk. Aemon is not Aemon. Sorry. Arian is a asshole who is he's so bought into. He's a lot like Viserys in Game of Thrones. He's so bought into this idea that the dragon fire cannot kill a dragon, or
right.
the dragon ought never lose. That to even have a dragon die in something is an offense to him worthy of losing a finger. So it's yeah, sorry, I was reading the chat. Yeah, he's a Targaryen supremacist. And Egg and Aemon just, they see the beauty in all the people. And that's one of the reasons why there's a conversation Baelor is going to have later. That's why he has that conversation, because he wants Egg to be better than his nephews.
Yeah. So they leave the hooded lady and then they run into Fossaway.
Yep. And this is the guy that he's a squire for the other Fossaway. He's going to be knighted. He tells us that his cousin says he'll knight me, but that I have to, grow up a little bit more or something like that. And so you can tell that Dunk is kind of sitting here going, I really want to go watch her. But if I go drink with him, this might help in my future.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, he's making a business decision here, which I thought was kind of cool that they did that.
Yeah. So he goes in the Fossaway tent, I guess, and has some cider.
Yeah. He's
talking about what they saw at the joust. And he's like, he says something like, my squire thinks they did on purpose. And you can see the look on Fossaway's face, like, yeah, I think he did too. And he's like, I can't believe a knight would have such dishonor or something like that. And
he says, just hard to accept that a knight might be so dishonorable.
Yeah.
Let alone a prince.
Yeah.
And so he's so shocked that, and again, this has been kind of a common theme throughout the whole show so far. He's so shocked that a knight who takes this oath, we hear the oath at the beginning of our show. He takes this oath to be an honorable person, to protect the innocent, to defend the weak. And these knights are just assholes.
Yeah.
They're just terrible people. It's kind of like politicians and lawyers.
And then you realize Fossaway, he hates the Targaryens.
Yeah. And they're incestuous aliens, Duncan.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of the houses think of them. That again, listen to what Big John Umba says to all the men gathered in season 2 of Game of Thrones, it was the dragons we bowed to. He's not talking about the Targaryens. He's talking about the literal dragons.
Yeah.
King Stark took a knee to prevent the dragons from burning the North. So that's where the Targaryens' power has come from. And now that it wanes, they finally feel like they've got a ability now to kind of revolt a little bit. Some of them are always going to be loyal, but they're going to be loyal because they don't want to lose their power. They don't want to end up like a reign of Castamere.
Right. And then it goes from there to back to the play, where there's part of a story where a dragon is getting killed.
Mm-hmm.
Or bladed,
and now I don't
and a Targaryen.
Know what. Yeah. So Aerion is there.
Yeah.
Aerion,
Bright Flame. He sees this and he's offended.
Yep. Yeah, because a dragon ought never lose.
Right. And
so, now what I don't know, and I'd love it if someone in the chat would tell me, is I don't know if this was supposed to be an actual battle or a semblance of something, or if it's just Sir Kerwin and the Mirror Shield. Let's look that up real quick. Kerwin and
I don't know that story.
Mirror Shield. According to the song, Serwyn once saved Princess Dorisa from giants. He slew the dragon Urax by approaching the beast behind with his polished shield, so the dragon only saw its own reflection. The dragon Urax was a dragon who may have lived at the time of the first men. So this is, so it's a tale from the Age of Heroes. So these are dragons before even the Targaryens were bonded with dragons, most likely. And even then, our Aerion is still taking huge offense. And
to the story, to the retelling of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's mad. And he goes after
terrified. And so we go from seeing her absolutely terrified, everyone drops everything, to Dunk and Fossaway laughing their asses off. And Egg comes screaming in, Sir Duncan, he's hurting her.
Yeah.
And Egg or Dunk sees red.
Oh, yeah, because he loves her.
Doesn't even realize. Because again, you're tall enough for what?
Yeah.
But she so he sees red, doesn't even see the Targaryen sigil, just goes, fuck you.
To protect her. He's about ready to turn her into Alice from the song. Right? He's gonna pull her fingers off. Right? It wasn't the song a bit of foreshadowing?
No, it was not.
Sorry, I was trying to connect it. Anyway,
I got that. Oh my god.
Anyway, so Dunk gets pissed and he starts beating the crap out of the prince, which is a no-no.
It takes 5 people to hold him still.
Right. And that's bad. You don't you know, punishment by death.
Prince of the blood. Yeah.
And so who gets a hold of him? It's not the Kingsguard.
No, they are. I think they are Targaryen soldiers. I think they're members of Aerion's retinue, which is why Egg knows who they are. I don't think they are. They're house knights. They're not Kingsguard. They're good soldiers, but the question is, and I caught probably about 8.5 seconds of Gary and Ryan talking about this last night, and they were talking about what would whose order do you obey in this situation? And this, I think they were incorrect. I think because they Gary said something like, they probably yield to Aerion. And I disagree. I think this is the moment where you go, you know what? Y'all are only princelings and princes of the second. You're on the second line here. Let's wait to see what Baelor says. Like you you just stop, you put everyone kind of on hold and you go, okay, you stop hitting you stop hitting you. You're not going to kill him yet.
Yeah.
Let's see what your father says.
I mean, clearly you got two royal
Yeah. It's
persons,
not kind of like that old rule of poker where the ace of spades beats the ace of diamonds. They're all equal at this level.
You know, and they're telling them to do the opposite thing. At some
Mhm.
point, you're just like, I'm just not going to do anything right now
Yeah.
until we
Mhm.
figure this out.
Exactly.
You know,
And that's where we see you will answer to my father. And it's like,
this was what I've been waiting for.
Yes.
This was it. This was the reveal. I was super pumped when they get a hold of Dunk, and clearly he needs to be punished for putting his hands on the prince. And then who comes to his rescue but Egg?
Aegon Targaryen, the fifth of his name, King of the Andals and the Rhaenyra and the First Men, Protector of the Realm and the Lord of Lord of the Seven Kingdoms.
And he calls him by name. He says, "Wait, Yorkle, you do as I say."
Yeah.
And then Dunk turns around and is like, "What the heck?
Who the hell are you?" Remember, all he's thought this kid is just some like probably whore's son from a tavern in an hour or 2 hours north of Ashford. So okay, Sean. Okay.
Man, you gotta be
Mea culpa, man. I'm still right. No, Jose, they are not Kingsguard. They're not wearing white. I'll show you it right here. That's one of them right here. He's wearing Targaryen colors. He's not a Kingsguard. Kingsguard wear white.
And of course, the first thing Arian says is, "Your hair."
Yeah. I didn't want to look like you, brother.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yep.
It was a great reveal.
It was very well done. Honestly, this fight in here is, I think, the best thing they filmed since Viserys enters the throne room.
And I'm going to get a little dorky with cinematography, but I loved how right after it's a close-up on Egg, and then it slowly starts to zoom out, and then they do the same thing for Dunk. So all this all his thoughts are like just going all over the place. Like, what the heck? Who is he? Where did he come from? How is he here? Why is he my squire? Oh my gosh, what's going to happen to me now? And then
exactly. Yeah. Well, because I mean, I don't really think we ever see him do it, but at least once he's kind of slapped Egg.
Oh, probably.
There's been at least one time that he's gone, a little Gibbs slap over the back of the head.
Yeah. I mean, with a dome like that, you got to smack it.
Right?
Or rub it, something for good luck. I mean, it happens to me all the time. So, that's the end of the episode.
Does your brother come over there and go, "Hey, I need to give a little bit of good luck today"?
No good luck. It's just a slap here and there.
So yeah, we get we get the end. That is the end of the episode. The big reveal. There's a lot that happens in this episode. And honestly, there's a lot that happens in every episode. But what's funny is Ira Parker and them have figured out how to put just a little bit or a lot of info in just a little bit. Like I said at the beginning, when we were talking about the song that Egg's singing, that entire thing is to teach us about something. So maybe so that we'll go read about the Battle of Redgrass, and then we'll be informed of something that I think is going to happen in the next episode. Which for everyone watching, if you want to watch it early, you can. Friday at 12 a.m. it hits HBO Max. So I will be watching it. I will wake up half an hour early, watch it, and then go to work.
Our show's still going to be on Monday night, though.
Yes, yeah, we're still going to do this Monday night. We're going to give everyone the time to watch it. Watch 2.5 minutes of Super Bowl and go, why am I watching this? And then go watch Night of the Seven Kingdoms episode 4.
Yeah. You could probably watch the episode instead of the halftime show.
You definitely want. Well, but or you could watch the American halftime show. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
What, Turning Point?
Yeah, Turning Point's doing that American halftime show.
Yeah.
I still think it's a mistake. I think they should have used the money for something else, but just my 2 cents.
All good.
Yeah. So overall, I asked you after the first episode where this kind of ranked for you, and you were like, I don't really want to give ranks. So we're 3 episodes in now. Like, where are you? Is this like the best that you've watched? Is this
the first 2 episodes were build up? I mean, definitely character development and relationship development. This, I've been wanting this reveal since the first episode, and this is the best one by far. I loved all the little things that went on, like the storytelling, the foreshadowing when they ran into the hooded lady, the fortune teller, him singing the songs. No man parts. I really love that.
That was great. Yes.
And then, of course, he reveals himself as royalty, as a Targaryen. And then if you watch the previews, the trailer for the next episode, he's actually in his Targaryen attire. And there's like a meeting of royalty, which he looks so cool.
Yeah, honestly, what's so funny about this is it looks like something that so many of them have worn. And one of the things the thing that's really annoying the hell out of me with, and this happens every single time something in Game of Thrones gets done, but every single time we get to see a bunch of Daenerys simps post things like this. Prince Aegon, Egg Targaryen, is the great-grandfather of Princess Daenerys Targaryen, and act like the only reason anyone should watch this show or read these books is because Daenerys Targaryen. It's like, you know what? Daenerys Targaryen is not Azor Ahai reborn. That's Jon Snow. Jon Snow was born of sea and salt, or whatever it is.
You let him know, bro.
Yeah, it's really bugs the shit out of me.
He's super passionate. I can't wait for the next episode. I have 2 complaints. We talked about one at the beginning of the episode. The music. I love the music, but I wish we had some iconic themes for Dunk. I wish I could hear the Targaryen theme or the house themes and the main theme. It doesn't have to be so out there like in Game of Thrones. Like when they cut to a scene, they immediately play the music, so you know you're going back to Winterfell or whatever. They could just be, artistically put in, so, like they did before they showed him taking a crap in the first episode. So, and then the other thing is the episodes are. I want more. I wish they were longer.
Yeah, dude, it's killing me. And honestly, they probably could do it for the next one. I honestly don't remember any. So I've read and listened to the thing 2 or 3 times. I don't remember anything outside the first story. I don't remember the Mystery Night. I don't remember the third story. I need to reread them. Yeah. But those ones, I think they could add more. They could either do, 8 episodes or 45-minute episodes. I do think what they should do is Ira needs to sit down with George and kind of start fleshing out season 2. They're filming it right now. He needs to flesh out season 2 and be like, okay, we're not going to do hour-long episodes like Game of Thrones, but 30 minutes isn't enough. Let's give them 42 minutes. Let's go back to television that we used to have 20 years ago, where we'd get, the hour-long show would be 42 minutes. Give us a 42-minute episode, and, that's enough. That would get us to next week.
Absolutely. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Seeing the next episode and not trying to rush you. Wick is going to be mad at me.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting ready to send you over there. This has been.
I forgot.
There's one thing you have to do.
I forgot.
Literally one thing. Can you set it up right now? There's 130 people over here. I'd love to send them over there. There's not.
Messed up.
Oh my gosh! Literally, it takes like 2.5 minutes to set up a stream.
I'm sorry.
I'll just ad lib until you give me the wink when you're ready, and then I'll raid you.
I need Wicked to do this for me.
Oh my gosh, he's like a 41-year-old man, guys. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I think Jay's like 52, isn't he?
I don't know. I can't keep track of my own.
He's not. But yeah, so I'm really enjoying the show. I think that they've really kind of nailed that balance of seriousness and funniness. Obviously, after that very first episode, I think we were all slightly concerned that it was going to be way too silly, especially with the shitting scene.
Yeah.
But everything has just been like a perfect mix of silly and serious that I've been really impressed that they managed to balance that out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Everyone, like I said, we're going to, the show comes out a couple days early next week or this week, but the live stream will be at the same time, Monday, 7:30. And hopefully that time he's got his stream actually set up so I can raid him.
Okay, I'm doing it now. I'm
literally just sitting here refreshing.
Dude, sorry.
Maybe this is what they mean by young people's game.
There, it's scheduled.
Okay, refresh.
I didn't even upload a thumbnail.
Lee is handy capable.
Trying to be.
There's Wicked Virtue.
She's gonna be mad at me.
That's okay.
I
think she gets mad at you most of the time.
She made me a beautiful thumbnail. I didn't even use it.
Wow.
Because
if Wicked made me a thumbnail, I'd use it.
Listen, we're supposed to go for an hour. You keep talking and it's an hour and a half. It's your fault.
It is. But guys, go watch Lee. He needs the hours. Let's give him the last like 900 hours he needs.
800. I'm at 2200.
Peace out, everybody.
Thank you.